Welcome to Camp Finance. For the next 12 weeks, I'll be your drill instructor. Your professor. I'm Dr. E. And this is an unusual get up for me. You know what? You're not here. I don't need this. I don't need this mask. Oh! Got you on that one, didn't I? Alright, sign of the times, having to wear a mask. Something's going to get me eventually. Hopefully later than sooner. Unless I'm going to heaven, then I want it to be sooner than later. And I am a Christian, so my hope is in Christ, and I do hope I go to heaven. So, why do I have this? Because most of you have already heard how difficult this course is, how scary Dr. E is, and so I like to come in on the first day and scare the you-know-what out of you, okay? But as Donald Trump likes to say, and he borrowed this phrase from me, I might add, fake news. All of the scary rumors about this course, fake news, not true. Lots of you are going to make A's in this class. I hope that all of you will learn the finance that you need to help you be successful in your career. If you don't learn finance, can you be successful in your career? Well, of course you can, okay? But finance is a very important dimension of business, and understanding it will help you analyze situations and help you make better decisions. Okay? So, again, I just want to reiterate, that means to emphasize or to repeat. For those of you who didn't learn that word in high school, you were sleeping on that during that day when you were in English class and they went over that word, reiterate, that you can make a good grade in this class. You've got to give it a good effort and you'll make a good grade. And today, in this video, I'm going to go over what it takes for you to make a good grade in managerial finance. So I'm going to go over the syllabus, and hopefully that will help you get a good start with the class. So first, I am Ellis Sloan. I don't want to give you too many details in the syllabus, which is posted on Canvas. Lots of details, but what I've done is put in bold the things that I really want you to know, and the things that will be on your syllabus quiz that will be due by midnight, the first night of class. So let me just say that I got my undergraduate degrees, Bachelor of Arts in a double major, University of South Carolina, political science. So I have studied political science in detail, and economics. So I've studied economics in detail. So I encourage you to follow me on Facebook, and I think it's very important that when people post something on Facebook that they have credentials to back themselves up. When I post about political science, you may disagree with me, but I know what I'm talking about. And if you know what you're talking about, and I know what I'm talking about, then we can have a respectful, fact-based disagreement, okay, or debate or conversation. I then went on and got my accounting equivalence from the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, and I passed the CPA exam, and I'm also a chartered financial analyst, which is the highest credential that you can get in the investment business, and I'm currently working on another credential called CFP, Certified Financial Planner. Okay, so that's all about me. Call me Dr. E because my professional credentials along with my MBA are the equivalent of a PhD. Some of those guys who have a PhD don't like it that I get called Dr. E, but the provost told me that I have the equivalent of a PhD, so call me Dr. E. So Patrick Cash is going to be my student worker this semester. All right. So let's see. One other thing about me is I have my own investment firm. I've been in the investment business since 1983. And I have my own firm, Apex Wealth Management, which my classes named for me a couple of years ago. My wife is Lori Sloan over in the College of Communications. And then I have two children, Camille Sloan, who some of you may know, and Benjamin Sloan. Benjamin is a freshman this year, 2020, and Camille will be a senior. And I live at the back of Harding Drive, 23 Harding Drive. So, let's move on quickly into some of the highlights. The book for this course, Ross Westerfield and Jordan, Essentials of Corporate Finance. The book is not required, but if you did not make A's in Accounting 205 and/or Accounting 206, you might want to buy an older copy of the book, 3rd through 10th edition. Okay, it won't cost much. You will need a calculator for this course. I have it in one of my pockets here, and it is the Texas Instruments BA2 Plus. Okay, order this calculator. You need this calculator. It's about $35. All right. Use a pencil when you're filling in your homework and also taking notes, because you cannot erase most ink. All right. So the strategic focus of this course. Course prerequisites. Accounting 205 and 206 should be completed. Also, I recommend that you take Econ 201 and 202, or 2010 and 2020. And 205 is 2050. Accounting 206 is 2060. We've changed the numbers. So, you should have accounting. You don't have to have the econ classes to take this class, but I think that you should have already taken macroeconomics and microeconomics. All right, so the strategic focus of this course is to show how businesses create value, and that's what you're in business to do. Add value. Add value to your customers, add value to your suppliers, add value to your employees, add value to, most importantly, to your stockholders, okay? And you do that, you add value or create value through your investing decisions, not stocks and bonds, but investing in your business and in how you finance your business with equity, which is ownership, or debt, which is loans, okay? We'll learn how to assess the financial performance of individual companies, and we'll learn how to forecast the likely financial outcome of individual companies and the securities, the stocks and bonds that they issue. We'll learn these things in this course. So there are 13 major course learning outcomes. I'm not going to go over them. All right, I should make a COVID statement. Due to the uncertain, unusual climate during which this course is offered, certain adjustments may have to be made, including changes to meeting times, modalities, and work assignments. Every effort will be made to notify students of any change as soon as possible. Because this course will be meeting using Zoom, students are expected to find a safe, secure, and reliable internet connection in order to participate in virtual meetings at the required level. There you have it. All right. Let me give you my teaching philosophy. It's really simple. I have a lot of years of schooling behind me. I went to school for a long time. And during that time, just like you, there were some teachers and methods that I really liked and some that I didn't. So what I decided when I decided to teach, what I decided to do was to treat students how I wanted to be treated when I was a student. So that is my foundation, my principles. Okay. Please know that I teach, and I teach at Harding because I love the topics, finance topics, investment topics. I love the students, I love you guys, okay? And I love Harding's mission, which is teaching for an eternity. We're trying to help you become Christian business people, okay? And that's different from business people who aren't Christians. There are lots of great people in this world, okay? And they're not Christians. But we want you to be Christian business people. We think that's the Lord's work. We think that's the Great Commission. All right. So, let's talk about grading. To earn a grade of A, you have to score at least 83%, and you can go down to D, 56%. And let me be very clear. Achieving one of these percentages, let's say you make an 83%, does not guarantee that you'll make an A. Okay? So, what it says is, I grade on a curve, and any time the grade drops below 83%, no one's going to make an A in the class. Okay? So, in other words, I don't want you to come back at me at the end of the semester and say, I made an 83, I had an 83 average, and the syllabus says that's an A and I made a B. That's not what the syllabus says. Okay? So, I'm going to give 6 tests, 6 exams, and you can see the first exam is worth 12%, second and third exams 10%, fourth exam 22%, fifth exam 22%, and the sixth exam, which is 50% comprehensive, is 24%. This is a quantitative class, and so each chapter requires you to master the preceding chapter. So the comprehensive part of it really isn't so much picking up issues and questions from previous exams. It's what you need to know in order to master the material at the end of the course. Okay. Let's see. I use a curve that factors in several variables to determine your final grade. The curve is not something I manufacture. Rather, it's a consequence of the abilities, the time, the effort, the discipline, and the priorities of you, the students. Specifically, the variables that determine your final grade are, in order of decreasing importance, your test scores. Okay? How old-fashioned, relying on test scores. Okay? Boy, some people in this country don't like test scores. They just don't think it's fair that you put everyone in the same room, everyone gets the same material, everyone takes the same test, but somehow that's not fair. Okay? If you are in this classroom, then when I present to you and to all of you the same material, then it's fair. Okay? So, your test scores, your standing in the class, your homework, your participation in class, and your attendance. Okay? So, let's see. I reserve the right to adjust your preliminary final grade based on factors mentioned in the previous sentence. So I will give a preliminary grade, and then I'll check your attendance and your participation. So attendance and participation will only affect your grade if you are on the bubble. In addition, if your average is on the bubble, important. The bubble meaning the line between grades, A and B. Okay? If you have the lowest A or the highest B, I'm going to take a hard look at it. You must have at least half of your test grades in the higher grade level to potentially earn the higher grade. Okay? What this means is if you have 3 A's and 3 B's and you're on the bubble, then you can make an A. But if you have 4 B's and 2 A's, you're not going to make an A in this class. Okay? That's not the way I roll. Okay? So you're not going to coast. You're not going to make 2 100s and then 4 87s and then get an A. Not going to happen. You want an A, you have to have 3 A's plus the average that justifies giving you an A. Homework does not add to your grade, but failing to turn in homework subtracts from your grade. There are 45 homework assignments. Each missed homework assignment above 5, so I give you 5 misses, will subtract 0.2 from your final grade. So failing to turn in any homework will subtract 8 points from your final average. I recommend you do your homework. Okay? Please do not ask me repeatedly about the curve or your class standing during or outside of class. Please do not interpret the syllabus to say that you have a certain numeric average that you're guaranteed to receive a certain grade, because the syllabus doesn't say that. I do not give extra credit. Okay? I do not have a limit on any grades that students can earn. Okay? So I have approximately 65 students this semester. I hope and pray that 65 students will earn an A in this class. Okay? I have been accused of having a quota. That is so false, wrong, fake news. Okay? You earn your A, you're going to get your A. And if every single student makes A's on the exams, then you'll get your A. All right. Exams will consist of multiple choice questions, blah, blah, blah. You will see the topics covered by each question on an exam at least twice before you see it on the exam. It is a guarantee that I give you. If I eliminate a question, those who answered the question correctly will get credit. Those who missed it will have their total correct answers divided into a base that has one less question. So it makes it a win-win, okay? You get to bring in a note card to each exam. The note card must be handwritten. It is a 4x6 card, handwritten on one side only. Okay. You have to turn the card in before you leave either the class or the lab where you take the exam. And also you'll have a piece of scratch paper, you've got to turn that in. Alright, so I recommend that you make a card out. What can you put on the card? Anything you want. Anything. Okay. Take a picture of the card because you will be able to bring in one card from each of your previous exams plus, oh, there's somebody outside, plus a card for the final. So you'll be able to bring in, 6 cards for the final. All right, let's see. No makeup exams will be given after a test has been administered at its regularly scheduled dates and times. Therefore, if you cannot take an exam at the prescribed time, you have to take it early. So you're going to have to let me know if you can't take an exam on time. Exams will be administered in a COBA classroom during times outside of our normal class schedule, and we've set up times for that. In addition, exams will be administered in the testing lab over a 2-day period. Okay? The date and time of each exam session will be selected based on my schedule and on the availability of the majority of the students in the class and on the availability of space in the testing lab. So I will give a test outside of class. Why do I do that? Because we need more than 50 minutes to take an exam, okay? And I will also give you a 2-day period to take the test in the testing lab. So you will have 3 opportunities to take the exam. You only take it once, but you'll have 3 opportunities. And the preliminary exam schedule is on your syllabus. All right. I will conduct one post-exam review after each exam. I will also conduct a study session before each exam. And the date and time of the study session will be based on my availability and the availability of the students. Okay. Your presence at the review session is not mandatory, but I will look at it as I consider marginal grades. If you're on the bubble and you haven't been coming to the study sessions or the post-exam review sessions, then I'm not going to kick you out. Here's my philosophy on whether I move a student up or down when they're on the bubble for a final grade. If you have made a good effort, then I'm going to help you. If you haven't made a good effort, I'm going to penalize you. Okay? It's just that simple because you know what? That is how life is. That's how you will be treated in the workforce. So get ready for it if you aren't ready for it already. Man, Dr. E, you are really old school. Yes, yes I am. It's called personal accountability, folks. Every single person on this planet is responsible for the decisions they make and for the actions they take. Now, we can't help what people outside do to us, but we can control how we respond to it. So don't ever say, oh, it's his fault, or it's their fault, or it's the system's fault. No, it is your fault. You make choices, you make decisions. All right? No, granted, things happen. All right? But you have choices to make. Don't ever forget that. All right. Let's see. The purpose of the post-exam review is to make sure you are progressing in a satisfactory manner. I will reach out to you if your grades do not put a smile on your face because Dr. E cares about your progress. I care about you, and I care about your progress. I am here to teach you. I am here to instruct you. I am here to guide you. I am here to mentor you. I am here to get you ready for the next phase of your life, which is the work phase. And if you need my help in other areas of your life, I am here for you. All right, let's see. Grade posting. You can find your grade in a spreadsheet that I'll post on Canvas. All right, class format. PowerPoint slides. Let's see. I present material in different ways in order to connect with students who have different learning styles. I do this to enhance your understanding of the material. I present concepts and quantitative problems in the slides and in your homework. So, I have created videos of my class lectures, which you already know about. All right? You are required, and these are posted on Canvas. I have 2 sets of notes, and one set is my notes. They're completed, and that's what I follow on the slides. And then your set of notes, the student notes, have some blanks in them. And you have to watch the videos and fill in the blanks. You're required to submit to me a filled-in copy of the student version of the notes from Canvas. Notes are due by 8 a.m. on the morning of the days of each class meeting. Actually, what I'm going to allow you to do is go up to 11 a.m. because that's when our first ManFin class meets. Please retain your completed class notes for study purposes. Okay? So, the notes and the homework get you ready for the exams. All right. My goal is to cover the topics that I think you will run into in your business career, and I want to say this. We have a lot of material to cover. I've eliminated as much of the fluff out of the course as I possibly can. Okay? Please consider this before you complain about the pace of the class or about the amount of information or about the fact that I use a lecture format. My goal is to cover the topics I think you'll run into. Please understand that some students comment that I go too fast and cover too much. Others say I go too slow and don't cover enough. I try to balance these positions while being mindful of the need to expose you to concepts that you should know before you enter the workforce. Okay? I have been in the professional workforce since 1980. I have a very good idea of what you need to know when you get into the workforce, and I want to help you get there. All right?